Nobody was supposed to find this. If a diver didn't capture this, nobody would have believed it. In this dark depth lie a world of mystery and intrigue. Join me as I share the top 15 plus strange things found by the deep sea divers. Number 20 is Yonaguni Monument. Ever since its discovery in the year 1987, this monument-like underwater formation has ignited controversy as to its debated human versus geological origins. Located about 100 feet beneath the waves of Japan, QQ Islands. The Yonaguni Formation covers an area of 150 feet long. Its rock structure include notched projection, flat parallel faces, sharp steps, passageways, and large squared blocks. Some geological experts stated simply is the foundation of a submerged Neolithic structure or settlement. Its texture is undeniable, alluring. Divers can run their hands over surfaces that sparks questions. Are these natural cracks, human tools, or merely natural erosion mimicking the crafted? Number 19 is underwater train graveyard. How did the set of vintage train ended up abandoned in the unlikely underwater graves? The locomotives, motors 222T, believed to be from the 1850s. They sit upright, partly buried in settlement. Their metal bodies remain remarkably untouched by corrosive salty sea water. Haunting images show them lined up neatly in their final resting place, almost as if they are parked in the underwater railway stations, still waiting beautifully for passengers long gone. Some experts suggest they were brought about by transporting them along in the coast when a powerful storm hit them along in tabling both the locomotives to their demise. The train were deliberately sunk. Number 18 is World War II silver. In March 2013, an exploration team completed the deepest Atlantic salvage operation ever successfully recorded when it hauled up over 1,200 kilograms of silver bullion lost in the World War II. Recovery from Odyssey Marine Exploration resurfaced precious metal from the SS Gayasopper lying 1 mile deeper than the Titanic wreck side. The 412-foot British cargo steamer sank in February in the year 1941 after a German U-boat attacked 300 miles off Ireland while desperately running low on coal. As one of the ships supplying vital provisions, it went down with the silver payload, insured 600,000 pounds as today's 150 million pounds value. This loss contributed to the UK being driven off the gold standard shortly after. Families of 86 men lost at sea expressed gratitude for having some closure from finding its long-hidden location. Using advanced sonar, remote vehicles, and 5,800 meters of cable, a crew grabbed for silver bar scattered across the seafloor. Over 1,200 bars were hauled up. The metal and tragedy twinned within finally brought back to the surface after 70 years. Like the Titanic fertilizing new metal-loving bacteria and ecosystems, the gas hopper also hosts colorful core formations along its encrusted railways, railings, and rusticles. Its tail forever interlinked with the fortunes and features recovered from their base. Number 17 is Vistalgom shipwreck. Lying at the rifts of Egypt's Red Sea, damped and sunk during World War II, it became one of the world's most famous and accessible shipwrecks since its discovery in the 1950s, offering divers the chance to explore. The 413 feet sank on October 6, 1941 by German pilot Heinz, packed with the vital supplies destined for British. The Vistalgom carried everything from trucks, motorbikes, and toilet papers. All items, these products likely accelerated the sinking. The 9 sailors perished. The Vistalgom remained on floor until it was rediscovered in 1956 by ocean explorer Jacques. Motorbikes still rest upright in there, while dozens of trucks sit there, and their tires now homes for fish. Number 16 is $1 million treasure. The discovery of lost treasure ignites the imaginations like little else. In July 2015, that dream became reality for Eric Schmidt, a professional salvager, when he uncovered $1 million. In July 1715, everything changed when hurricanes slammed the coast, sinking 10 Spanish treasures ships and scattering their fortunes across the continent in one of the history's largest treasure losses. Gold and silver worth $500 million in today's term remain lost. And number 15 is Polynesian Moai statues. Nearly 900 of these statues exist on land, built by the ancient Rapa Nui people who inhabited the remote Pacific island. But some Moai have been found partially submerged along sections of the Iceland coast. How they came to rest under the waves is uncertain. Some theories suggest they were drowned by rising seas, while others propose they could be part of secret rituals or offering to gods. One of the most impressive drowned Moai was discovered in Anakena Beach in 2009. It stands with its back to the ocean as protectively watching over the shore. This has led some archaeologists to suggest its originality stood God on land but eroded into the sea as the water gradually rose over centuries following the last ice age peak. Each was associated with the village group's mythological founder. Some Moai may have been disempowered upon a ritual chief's death to diminish the chief's spiritual influence. Number 14 is a 13,000-year-old skull. Ancient human skeleton remains of a remarkable glimpse into the remote lives of ancestors. It's that of a teenage girl who lived nearly 13,000 years ago. Her bones were discovered by divers over 100 feet underwater in a pitch-black Mexican cenote cave, secret to the ancient life. The cave had remained sealed, enabling it to survive until present times. Named Naya, Greek for water nymph, the petite 17-year-old fell over 100 radical feet into the cave shaft, desperately seeking water, though she died quickly from her injuries. The cool environment perfectly preserved every detail. Scientists could analyze her pelvis shape, dental cavities, spine curvature, and remnants of meals through plaques on her teeth. Isotopes confirmed some of the first people likely arrived via being Lange Bridge. Naya's life was tragically cut short before her daughter during the time of climatic flux in Upville. Her remains served essential key to unlocking secrets of the earliest Native Americans, their health challenges, dietary and survival skills. Number 13 is Arctic Hydromedusa. Delicate, translucent, and phantom-like, a unique jellyfish relative known as the Arctic Hydromedusa. They resemble extraterrestrial creatures, and they survive within their harshest surroundings, descending to over 3,300 feet, chasing small fish and planktons. Larger relatives like the lion's mane jelly also captures the reality of nature's diversity. It manages to emerge even in extreme ends. Number 12 is the Crusader sword. In early 2021, a recreation diver of Israel's Camel Coast glimpsed an object walking mysteriously from the sea floor settlement. Extraction had been like 4 months for expert archaeologists. The sword braid amazingly and perfectly preserved. He marked its location and meticulously checked the cover to reveal the extraction in an extraordinary condition. He identified the sun cross design marked in the early times between 1095 to 1271 after death. How it came in rest of seafloor is unknown. Perhaps a Christian might dropped it from the ship on a trip to a faded later crusade. How it was cast ceremoniously into a sea, a weapon that failed to deliver Jerusalem. The sword awaits for the research, and it represents the enduring tangible heritage still being recovered from a period that changed the cross-cultural dynamics of Middle East forever. Number 11 is underwater crop cycles. Strange circular geometric designs in underwater initially showed Japanese divers. Some speculate that they could be marking by visiting extraterrestrials, but the reality turns out to be more extra surprising. The responsible artists are male pufferfish, just under 7 inches long. Paints are taking the crafting spoiling mating nest to entice females. A male spends up to 10 days tirelessly flapping his fins to excavate values and powers carved ridges using the same games. Females signal the attraction by hovering over the masterpiece, by positioning, enabling efficient egg harvesting by the male. The entire structure symmetry likely helps optimize water flow to oxygenate the eggs. While the humans indulge in farm courtship rituals, the humble yet determined pufferfish has mastered the patient position when winning a mate. Wow, that's amazing. Number 10 is the amberjack hole. The site attracts sharks and etc. The blue holes in general remain ranging from hundreds to thousands of feet deep. Some even connect to cave systems, technically marine sinkholes. Amberjack holes presents a doorway for scientists to study life, thrive in different depths, as well as collect water and microbiological specimens for analysis. And for divers descending through its blue base, experiencing radical walls and life evokes the psychological allure that has drawn humanity into the deepest depths across the eras. Wow. Number 9 is Blackbeard's Canyons. The waters surrounding North Carolina's Outer Banks are bound with sunken fortunes. In 2022, new details emerged from the Blackbeard story. The marine technicians happened to find a mass of canyons embedded in sand 2 feet down off Atlantic Beach, 8 feet long. Its discovery followed another found recipe hinting that no women survived the recovery. Each cannon breast echoes stories painted in both sides and bringing authority across the sea. Woo! Number 8 is Atlet Yam Settlement. Beneath the Mediterranean waves, 8,900-year-old circular stone foundation were hidden that changed the understandings of humankind's earliest settlers and civilizations. Artifacts like wood, seed, and flip tools paint the society's skilled and multiple food production strategies vital for villagers like plant harvesting, keeping livestock, and abundant fishing. The ocean fascinations, just as today, are presenting both adventurous and etc. Atlet Yam well-preserved remains, including stones, cycles measuring up to 10 feet across that shows one supported wooden huts, with the installation typically of established settlement. Seawater ultimately shows submerged Atlet Yams over centuries. A parallel snapshot of everyday's life is captured more than a new discovery. Number 7 is World War II fighter plane. That darkness gave out some secrets in the year 2018 when international expedition mapped then the plane in underwater, droned upon a starting find. No records are located or registered before. Sooner, images gradually preserved fighter plane upright 13,000 feet down as remotely guided cameras drew through the details emerged. Alongside the rediscovered USS Levington, it had tangible texture to legacy and losses from those once influencing history's trajectory to today. Number 6 is the Black Pharaoh's tomb. In dirty Nile water lies a kingdom erased for most records of ancient Egypt, Nubian Black Pharaohs, who ruled as the 25th dynasty for 50 years by 7060 BCE. The tantalizing new underwater discovery seeks to restore the rich legacy expressed through magnificent structures along the Nile. At the royal Median capital of Danjail, archaeologists explored the 18th dynasty pharaoh's temple from Pharaoh Thutmose III, exhibiting size owned by Karnak. Carved stone walls with the tattoo confirmed Nubian incorporation of Egyptian deities into the temple, which later flooded in Lake Nasser behind Aswan Dam. Just as remarkable as a life-sized black grinded statue of Pharaoh Tahak, known of Nubia's most prosperous rulers, found submerged there. But the most exciting finds continue emerging further upstream of the Nile near the modern Karuma. In 2019, archaeologists detected then doved upon a submerged stairs leading down into the darkness, revealing it open into the lost funeral temple of Aspeta, founder of Nubia's 25th dynasty. Walls of gold glimpsed in water-filled chambers are still awaiting complete excavation. The rediscovery of Aspelta too shows the legacy of Nubia's dynasty persists against those who tried concealing their profound leadership. If the diver never captured this, no one could have believed this. A team of sea divers were searching for artifacts in the Atlantic when they stumbled upon a large container lying at the ocean floor. There are conflicting accounts of what happened next. Some claimed that they tried and failed to open the mysterious container. Others said they succeeded in opening it, only to find a strange machine inside which they couldn't understand. However, the most troubling report is that the container was full of human remains, and the divers fled the sea in panic. What do you think could be inside the container, and how it might have ended so far beneath the waves? Number 5 is Apollo 11 engines. The ambition power in their flight disappeared from memory, not like in the manner of nozzles disappearing from the first stage after completing their history work. That change in March 2012 confirmed 2.5 miles down on the Atlantic abyssal plains. High-definition scales gradually resolved 5 iconic F1 engines bigger than buses that unleashed the internal power of 25 Hoover dams upon on Earth, rapidly receiving. Seabed vehicles were swiftly deployed, returning the energies of mighty nozzles thrusting upwards out of the seat, granting an improbable glimpse back into seminal event for achievement. Number 5 is Colossal Squid. There are more bizarre realities yet to be known from this colossal squid, elusive deep-sea giant holding dominion in the surrounding. The 8-line tooth in each arm shivering independently like hungry vipers' heads prepare the massive mollusk faster than any observer anticipated. They have the largest eyes documented in the animal kingdom, 11 inches wide, granting ability to detect hundreds of feet distant. Despite how tantalizing the claws may seem, no scientist saw an adult colossal squid until 2007. Like the colloidal, its late arrival to form a zoology field 9 new models of exid possible in evolution. Revolution followed of delicate immature forms. Views of females embattled with sperm rolls penetrating deep into the muscles. This story persists even when several vehicles now invade their dominion. Number 3 is best friend fish. Every 3 days, 79-year-old diver Hiroyuki Arakawa climbs into the underwater gun to announce his arrival. Within minutes, a non-fish diver dives out from the sheltered rocky home, eagerly to embrace the humankind companion of 25 years friendship. Welcomed into his arms, Yoriko, the ancient ship advisor, playfully nibbles Arakawa's finger with his thick gloves. Which kind of affection connecting two beings from different worlds, yet sharing bonds deeper than family? Their first meeting occurred back in 1995 when Arakawa noticed the injured friend from threats that left injuries at her back. Initially fearful to humans, the days of gentle fish feeding slowly built trust. After recovering through Arakawa's caretaking, Yoriko never left his side. Surviving tragedy, she persisted with all years. The remarkable relationship underscores depth and personality that are often ignored by marine citizens. Number 2 is Space Shuttle Challenger debris. 73 seconds on a cold January 1986 morning, Space Shuttle Challenger disintegrated over Cape Canaveral with the loss of all 7 astronauts aboard, who ultimately gave their lives in sacrifice. A civilian teacher, Christina McAuliffe, carried his flight ambition further than ever attempted before. As millions watched live in classrooms, it rised, then vanished in a fatal path. All searches didn't bring yields, but fortunately, one hunting segment, the 8-foot nose cone protectively shivering a vessel's heart. Number 1 is Road to Atlantis. The margins of the lost city of Atlantis has enthroned the humanity from millennia. The utopian Iceland society, described by the ancient Greek philosophers, was said to vanish beneath the waves in a single day and night. Could the mythical Atlantis be real? No one was supposed to find this. If the diver didn't capture this, no one would believe this. In late 1960s, divers made a perplexing and intriguing discovery in the crystal clear Caribbean water that seems to suggest the legend may be true. An underwater arrangement of unusually straight stone formations resembling a road leading to who knows where. Founder of North Bimini Island in the Bahamas, 0.6-mile long underwater arrangement of stones appears out of space upon the back of natural jiggle lines as stones unrift. The Bimini Road, some theorize it is a remnant causeway, get water from the ancient cities of Atlantic itself, built before its destruction. Its discovery coincided with the exact time and place the famous Edgar Sayce predicted evidence of Atlantis will be found, further ignited the mystery. Geologists, however, suggest the Bimini Road stones are an example of a natural phenomena known as beach rock, a natural concrete-like settlement reef formation created by the precipitation of carbonates where sand beaches meet the shallow, warm seas. The intertidal zones repeatedly wet and dry these sands, forming the rubble into blocks. Studies shows the stones match similar formations found on the nearby shores. Despite evidence leaning away from Atlantis' origin, we can't fully rule out the possibility of a genuine ancient human structure buried within the Caribbean was, after all, once dotted with lost civilizations, some like the Maya, possibly influenced by contact with zones of Atlantic itself. Guys, thank you for watching up to that far. I hope that you've enjoyed the video. Kindly make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Turn on the notification bell so that you'll be among the first people whenever I upload such amazing videos. Bye bye. See you in our next video.